technically started acting at 5.
At 5.
Yeah.
Wow. What was your first job?
Commercials.
Commercials.
I think that's kind of like how most, I don't know if it's the same anymore, but at the time, like most actors usually got in by acting. I'm doing commercials, and so I did a local car commercial in Thousand Oaks, California for GMC, and did that, and it was a non-union gig, and I just loved doing it. And I kind of compare it to like, playing a sport and being like, this is the thing I want to do. And I just kind of told my mom I wanted to keep doing it, and she was like, no. And then I had to just kind of convince her that I wanted to do commercials. So we started slowly doing commercials, and then...
Hold on. Are you the one that got into commercials, or did your mom want you to do commercials?
No, my mom would only let me do commercials.
Okay, so you wanted to do it, and she was like, all right, you can
Yeah,
do
I just wanted to do it, and then it started off as commercials, and then I booked a bunch of commercials, and then she was like, all right, well, maybe you can try theatrical. So then we started slowly doing more like guest spot stuff. I think my first like TV gig was Without a Trace. Did this episode of Without a Trace.
But being a kid and doing this, though, did you ever do community theater or unpaid gigs before? Did you kind of go right into it?
Dude, I just started doing these commercials, and then by the time I would have done any kind of theater work or anything like that, I was already like full-time on a TV show. So I didn't really have like the time. I actually was thinking about this the other day when I was in New York. I was like, I'd love to do a play, but I have no like theater or any kind of live performance background like that, which is funny to say, having like worked on television as much as I did, but I just like the thought of being on a stage like that seems so different and scary to me, but no, I didn't do any sort of, I think I played Charlie Brown in my 4th grade.
Nice.
Edition of Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I did do that.
Jake, what about you? What was growing up doing acting like from your story?
I'm from Indiana, so I moved out to California when I was like 10, and the first commercial I ever did was for a roller skating dog.
What?
Yeah,
was the dog, like the dog had a commercial?
We've done this. We've done this before,
have we?
Right? Yes, we have.
I'm actually genuinely confused.
The dog is on, it had roller skates attached to it, and it was like, it had like, the battery, the belly battery, turn it on, and it would go like this.
Yeah.
The product was a roller
confusing.
skating.
Oh, I'm so sorry, yes.
He made it seem
I'm like, I want to meet
totally
this dog
did.
that can roller skate.
That's why
it is a product for a roller skating dog, yes.
Glad that wasn't just me.
Wait, okay, I'm
I
so
didn't
confused
explain
now.
that
So is this like a
stuffed
robot
animal.
dog that, it's like a stuffed animal that roller skates?
It's a stuffed animal dog that roller skates, yes.
That's
Look
Okay.
how poorly you explained that.
I did a horrible job.
You just said I did a commercial for a roller skating dog.
Yeah, which is actually impressive. If a real dog could roller skate.
But then
better
I
than
thought,
skateboarding
for a
does.
second, I thought you were saying it was like a device that you put on your dog to help them roller skate. And I'm like, that's so cool.
That's what it sounded like
If I
too.
ever get a dog one day, I want to buy
Incredible.
that.
I know.
I would buy that. That's the first thing I did. I really did a bad job of explaining that. But no, I did like the same thing. I did a bunch of commercials as a kid, but at the same time, I was auditioning for like theatrical and did TVs, movies, everything. But I don't have an extensive theater background. I was recast in my 3rd grade play.
That's
No
brutal.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they did recasting.
Yeah, and when I did like
You lost your role?
I lost my role. My family went on like
we're gonna go in a different direction.
a vacation for a long weekend, and I missed something on like a Monday or a Friday, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're out."
Wow,
That's
There you go.
cutthroat.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
you got to think about it. If
They
you're
gave me
willing
like
to
2
go on
lines for a different role, but I was like a main role, and they were like, "Yeah, you're out of here."
Yeah, you're not committed to the work. You can't.
They
go on
gave it to
vacation.
Margaret. I don't know. She took it from me, man.
Did you have a moment where you decided that you wanted to do theater, or was it or acting in commercials? Was that something that you decided you wanted to do when you were a kid?
I just wanted to do anything, honestly, just in front of the camera. When people were like at that age, attention was really important to me. Because I got it from my family, and I was like, "This is awesome!
Yeah,
I can get it from everyone." I'm sure you know this. You have 2 kids; they love your attention. So I just fed off of that, and I think I'm sure you did too. It's like once you get the energy of like a set and people that are praising you for doing something that you think is fun, it's very addicting. So
I was saying the other day, I couldn't comprehend on the first commercial I did that I had a character name. So like my character's name was like Andrew. So the mom in the commercial had to come out and be like, "Andrew, it's time for dinner," and I'd be like, who's Andrew? And they were like, no, you're Andrew. And I'm like, no, I'm Bradley. And they were like, no, you're Andrew. To the point where they just went, okay, your name's Bradley. So they changed it in the commercial.
Changed the name? Cute.
I just picture myself sitting there going, no, it's not.
You're like, I'm not playing these games.
Pretty sure my name's Bradley.
That's right. It's Bradley.
Yeah.
They've been calling me this for
Don't
5
talk
years.
down to me, first off. I know my name. Thank you.
Cute.
Yeah, so I think I started to learn what a stage or a character name was around the age of 7.
When did you guys start getting noticed when you were kids? At what age did people start stopping you and wanting a selfie or an autograph? Was it selfies, by the way, or were autographs the thing back in the day? Like,
I think
what would people ask you for if they saw you in public?
They would do. I guess we were like in the infancy of selfies. That was like 12 years ago or something.
I don't think there were selfies, but definitely photos.
autographs, but definitely photos. Yeah,
I couldn't tell you the last time I signed an autograph. Honestly,
an autograph.
People don't ask for it.
I signed an autograph recently for someone who didn't know who I was. They were like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm just with this event." And they were like, "Oh, you're with the event?" You're like, "Can you sign this?" And I was like, "What's my name?" And they're like, "Just write it down there. I'll figure it out." I'm like, all right.
Wait, did they know that you were on Ant Farm? Did they have any clue?
No idea. It was like a 50-year-old dude, and he was like, "What did you do? Why are you here?" I was like, "Not the reason that you're here."
Not the reason.
You have no idea.
That might be worth
What was
something
the
someday.
event? Was it like
Hang on
an
to that
actor
time.
event? Like, he was like, "Oh, you're an actor. Sign this." Is that what it was?
No, it was a golf event, so it was all athletes.
Oh,
so
he thought you were a professional athlete.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he saw
don't
like someone
think so.
talking to me, and he was like, "You might be important. Maybe. I don't know." People do that all the time, though. People do that. When we were here for the Final Four thing, like one person recognized us and then everyone recognized us. And even people who didn't recognize us, they were like, "There's a crowd over there. Something's going on. I'm going to go investigate it." And then...
Yeah, that's always, I think, we've talked about too, is like we have like such an anxiety when taking photos in public, because I think that when I was like 10 or 11, one photo usually meant like somebody would go,
50.
why are they taking a photo? And then they'd be like, oh, that's who that is. So then it would be like a sea of people taking it.
Yeah.
It was like that one
It's a
thing
domino
sparked it.
effect,
Yeah.
yeah.
I always got into arguments like with my ex-girlfriends over this, because I was like, I don't want to take a photo. And they're like, come on, we're out like doing this. Let's take a photo. And I'm like, I really don't want to, because it like, that always like to me started something bigger.
Oh, so you would tell people no? They'd be like, "I want a picture." You'd say,
I've
"Sorry."
never said no to a photo like that.
Oh,
Only to
okay.
my girlfriends.
Yeah.
No, like I've actually literally never said
You're
no.
at Niagara Falls, and she's like, "Can we just take one
And
photo?"
I'm like,
and you're
no,
like,
there
"No,
might
I'm
be
not
people
going to do it."
around.